Hey guys, we are on our way out to meet up with the CEO of Matador. These guys are awesome.
Pretty sure the propane tanks aren't the real thing, right? But it's still pretty dang cool.
So we just got into Boulder, Colorado. We're gonna meet up with the CEO of Matador. We're gonna highlight some of his products, check them out. It's gonna be awesome. Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Matador is a product brand for the adventure traveler. So we really focus on less the person doing like cruises to Hawaii and more the person that's gonna, fly to Morocco and like ride a motorcycle and do their own tour. So really that kind of self-led independent adventurer is our focus. We do have a full line of like travel bags and accessories as well. So everything from little caps for your toothbrush up to like 45-liter travel packs, and the full gamut in between.
But how did you start?
It's a good question. Started with actually the pocket blanket. This was the first ever Matador product. And it was just this little seating surface for 4 people that's waterproof. You just want to go watch your kid's soccer game and sit on the wet grass. And I knew how to develop a product because that's what I did for a living, but I didn't know the whole second, I'd call it 4/5 at this point. Like getting the product to market is like the first fifth of the process. Okay. People think like once you're there, then you're good, but you're not. There's so much more to be done.
Just keep buying.
I didn't know anything about warehousing, fulfillment, distribution, sales, marketing, getting eyes on the product, any of that. And it just went nuts. It was on like Gizmodo and Wired, and it made it on CNN and just kind of, it just blew up. We only had a few thousand of them and they were in my house. So we had a truck drop these off. This is Redwood City, California, this tiny little 400 square foot house. It dropped them off in the street in front of the house in a parking spot with pallets. There's pallets of them, and they're like, what are we gonna do with these? So they were stacked. The second bedroom was completely full. They were outside in the backyard under tarps. They were under the bed, like they were everywhere. And then all of a sudden we had thousands of orders and didn't really know how to fulfill them. Just gotta figure out how does warehousing work? Like this isn't sustainable. This is just like the design studio, and we have marketing, sales, and ops. Last year we were about 40% D2C, and
just so you guys know, that's direct to consumer.
Direct to consumer, right? Yeah, that's web sales. That doesn't include like third-party platforms or anything that's just a website, but we are not big on third-party platforms. So we're really trying to support our retail partners more than anything. We're one of probably the only, I bet you could only find 2 or 3 other brands in the country that actually have someone domestically sewing to build their prototypes. Everybody else, they just send digital tech packs over to the factory, and then whatever comes back is what comes back. These are like patterns that he's making. This is one he just finished up. These are prototypes in various stages or factory samples.
And the materials, what are these like materials that you guys typically use? Like, I mean, this is waterproof material.
I mean, there's all sorts of different fabrics on the wall here. The most interesting one is probably this grid material. So that's a UHMW PE grid. It's like something like 16 times stronger than steel, the white component in there.
The carry-on size for mainly?
It is, yeah. It's the largest bag you can shove in the overhead.
Okay.
And yeah, so you might run into some of those budget airlines or the thing, and that won't fit. So we call this carry-on friendly. It's probably about 75% of flights. This is a legal carry-on but I've traveled, I've probably been on 100 flights plus with that and never had an issue. This would fit. This would be a personal item. These are waterproof, so they have sealed seams, tape seams, and sealing zippers, and there's the full roll top versions as well, if you're gonna be like really in the rain or maybe even doing some light water activities.
This is for.
That's
This is cool to see these in real life.
hand soap, body wash, shampoo, conditioner, any of that stuff. Yep.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. And then it's probably just like the perfect size, 3 fluid ounces for travel.
Yep, it is TSA size.
That's so cool.
It's packaged flat, but you put your wet soap bar in, but it does allow water vapor to pass through, so the soap bar will come out dry. It won't be all mushy and like degrade over the course of your trip. Bar soap is really a hack for travel because you don't have any size restrictions, and also a bar will last a solid month or more.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to take a whole, you don't want to travel with a jug of body wash when you can just have one bar of soap.
What is this here? Right here.
This is the Best Travel Gadgets Award from the 2024 show, and that was for this product here, the Beta Lock. Looks like a traditional carabiner, but you can use these keys to lock and unlock it. So you can lock your zippers, you can lock this to the airport bench. Imagine this was like all your packing cubes sewn together into a log, and you can access them externally. There's a bunch of stuffing in here, but these pockets, these divided pockets, actually hang down, so you can put like your pants, your socks, your underwear, and then as they get dirty, you pull them out and you can put them underneath, and it kind of keeps them divided, and it just swaps space. That's like one of the preferred ways to use it, like a movable dresser.
Are these like chamois then? Like these are towels.
They're towels, yeah, but if you fold that out, it's like the size of a normal bath towel. The beach towel is even larger if you think about a normal shower towel versus a beach towel.
Because when you're traveling,
same size.
like the last thing you want to do is take a towel that like fills up your whole bag.
Right. The beach towel actually also has a little pocket that fits your phone, and that's the pocket that it folds into. So when you've unfurled it, you can like zip your phone and your keys and stuff in there for a little security and sand protection.
Like you have it all covered, right? How many like SKUs would you have? Like
I think there's maybe 60 or 70 SKUs at this point. We want to be able to cover the entire suite of the traveler's needs, from like the smallest accessory, like your earplugs or toothbrush caps, up to maybe your 80-liter rolling checked bag. So we're working really hard right now to fill in all the gaps in the line.
Let's hit the road though. All
yep,
right.
Let's go check it out.
And Chris.
Yep, let's do it.
Jody, let's go.
Matador is a bootstrapped company 100%. I started it on about $11,000 in savings that I had, and we have never taken outside investment, no debt. We had to get this thing to where it could actually support us before we quit our jobs and took it somewhere else. And hiring people in California, especially the Bay Area, and having an office space, it's an unreasonable expense. So we needed to get out of the area, and we needed to get somewhere that was like a little more business friendly, a little more startup friendly. So we decided to move to Boulder. We really focused on having just the absolute best individuals that we can, because in my opinion, like one great employee is worth 10 mediocre ones.
What need did you see? Like, were you traveling a lot at this time when you were working at GoPro?
We had the blanket, and I was like, well, where do we go from here? It could have been a blanket brand. We could have expanded into that. We could have just done that one thing and never done anything else, and that'd be fine. Yeah. Or we could have transitioned into something else. It's like our passion at the time was just kind of global travel, adventure travel. We were going all over and doing stuff. It's like, how do we parlay this into something we're actually passionate about so that we'll be good enough to succeed at it? And I think that's the key, right? You have to be interested in it. If you're making something for a market you don't understand, you're not going to win. So we were one of the very early brands making what became a whole category of products, being packable bags. We got into sustainability as a priority after we moved to Boulder. It's this place celebrates the outdoor space, and like you move here for what's in the backdrop, and also it's a priority of the people that live here, and you're surrounded by it.
Your bags are used, like they use like recycled materials, right? Like a lot of them?
Yeah. Most of them at this point are made from recycled fabrics, but there's other aspects. There's like Blue Sign certification, where sustainability, kind of as we use it, isn't just like environmental responsibility. There's also aspects of social responsibility and other things. So like Blue Sign certification goes a long way to inspect factories and raw material providers and ensure that your products are not using forced labor or child labor. People are fairly paid. There's air conditioning in the buildings, things like that, like general things that we would all want the people making our products to have.
I hear, you have a really big truck, right? Or something. What was it?
We had an Earth Cruiser, and we used to use it for like events, like what was that, Overland Expo, and we'd bring it into the TGA show, and it was that massive branded truck, the camper, but unfortunately we had to sell that during COVID to...
Things got a little tight.
Yeah, travel brand during a travel ban is not the place to be, so things got a little tight, and we sold the truck to pay the staff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So it bridged that gap of the hard months.
It bridged some of that gap, yeah.
Chris was working and willing to work with the employees. Let's get scrappy here and do what we have to do to take care of each other, right? And that speaks a lot to Chris and sort of the company culture at Matador of we're a family and we're going to take care of each other.
The tactic we employed during COVID was like, if instead of hitting the brakes, all of our competition is going to be laying people off, hitting the brakes. They're not going to have a new product for 2 or 3 years after this. So like, we don't have any inbound inquiries. There's nothing to sell. Let's focus everything on improving our marketing, improving our marketing assets, like new photography, on developing tons of new products. So when the market opened back up, we just popped off.
Because I know you guys like are geared kind of like towards family, like operated like small businesses, but
our wholesale business, yeah. So our Amazon strategy, you can't ignore Amazon, right? So even though we don't want to be on Amazon, we have a full-time staff member that only deals with Amazon. You have to either play offense or play defense. So we do a little bit of both. We still want people to be able to see that we have good reviews on our products, and we know a lot of research happens on Amazon, but we price everything up about 20%. So we're trying to push people, say they're in Neptune Mountaineering, and they're like, oh, cool, these toiletry bottles are interesting. I wonder what, like, oh, okay, they have a good review. Wow, they're cheaper here. So then they buy them in the store, and we're kind of trying to turn showrooming on its head, where they just visit the retailer and then buy it for less on Amazon.
Yeah.
We want them to visit the retailer, see that it's more on Amazon, and buy it there.
Because when I saw your campaign, F Amazon, I just figured that you just absolutely don't use it, but you got a good.
I wish we could. If we could absolutely not use it, we'd do that all day long. But it just ends up being such a detriment to your brand, and just a source of leaks and lost sales, and it's a mess. But
going to the TGA, going to the show, how has that affected you guys? Like, how's that helped?
I mean, we've been going to TGA for 8+ years. I don't know how long we've been going to TGA. We love this show. It's a great order writing show, which is kind of unique among trade shows these days. So we'll actually typically leave with a stack of orders. At this point, I'd say most people attending the show are aware of the brand or already carrying it, but they love to refill their pags and really just write orders. And it's great to always meet with these accounts and re-up, sell them new stuff. So I think we met the folks from Container Store at 2 TGAs ago and opened that account, and that's been a great one for us, a great new partnership.
I'm really interested, like, in your travel and where you've been, what's been your like favorite place, where you want to go. And your site is so cool. You guys have some like travel tips, and I just read your article on preparing for Antarctica. And Ushuaia, how do you say
Ushuaia.
that? Ushuaia. Yeah. Okay. So you leave from there, like what's that like? How long does it take to get to where you can actually like touch land on Antarctica?
It's maybe 3 days on the boat, crossing the Drake Passage, and that's the roughest stretch of sea in the world. So you cross the Drake Passage, you can expect to see swells like 30 feet. I'm in this group of guys that does international off-road motorcycle touring.
Okay.
So for 2 weeks at a time, we'll pick a destination and we go. We're headed to Mongolia to ride across the country there.
With the motorcycle.
With the dirt bikes, So Mongolia's like wide open. There's like no property or fences. People just like set up yurts places. So it's you just go.
There's just no matter.
You're just like, we're going that way, and you just go that way.
Oh man, so we're back. I just gotta ask you one more question. Life advice that you could give anybody that's watching this.
If you pursue the things that you're genuinely interested in, you tend to get good at them, and then you can prosper from that. So like maybe not doing exactly what people expect of you, but doing things that you really, really enjoy will probably prove more favorable in the long run, even if it seems like a long shot to people that, from the outside. So I'd give that as a piece of advice.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much.
Chris, really enjoyed it.
What's your last name again?
Clearman.
Yeah. And Chris?
Vonderhaar.
Vonderhaar. Nice. Fun time, you guys. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks a bunch.
thank you.
Appreciate it.